Hi guys, so I've been thinking and reading Reddit and Twitter, and I want to talk more in depth about the time traveling theory and everything after EP10 that might be happening that might happen. So after much consideration, it makes so much sense that there's actually time traveling. Uh the scene we saw at the end of EP10 is obviously a time traveled Egon. And the fact that Tae asked why it took so long, I would say that after their meeting in the forest, they haven't met again. And if you say he went back at the end of EP10, I don't really think that's that close to each other. You know, the movie like to add a scene at the end of the EP to like give us a little something, like how they did the hug at the at the end of EP6, but the hug is actually like far along on EP7. It's not actually related to the scene before the hug on EP6, like that. So the last kiss goodbye was just a glimpse for us. So during the time between the New Year and the kiss, I bet thousands of things have happened. Talking about Egon, I would say that at that moment, at the kiss, the real Egon of the time does not actually know about time traveling yet. It makes sense that he's like still doing something else, but this Egon is from like very far in the future, and he came to say goodbye to her. The possible thing that might be happening at that time is Egon has to fight off Irim, so he came to say goodbye to her because he might die, or he came because like she already died and he missed her, so he came before he go off war and will not be able to tell her anymore. Or lastly, she dies and he's going to die. So any of the three, all of them die, okay? Seriously. The fact that I say he's about to fight with Irim is because the uniform is the same as the one in EP1. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I think they intentionally made it the same thing, so it's actually the same scene. Like, he came back to her first to say goodbye, and then he is ready to go to fight Irim because if he died, he told her already that he loved her. I think that was the thing. That's like the goodbye. But one thing I'm not sure about is the balloon. The balloon does not actually make sense. If you say there's a balloon for every time he time traveled, the scene where the balloon was shown, there's around 7 balloons. But at that current moment, we know that he went back and forth for around 4 times. So 7 is kind of weird. It might make sense if he put one balloon when he go, one balloon when he come back, so he keep track. But the thing is, when she came back, that's like his third time using the thing, and there's only one balloon, so it does not actually make sense anymore, right? And when she went back, there's still only one balloon too, so the balloon does not make sense. I don't understand what the balloon means and where it came from. And if we agree with the time traveling theory, it makes sense that the person who saved Egon was himself from the future, and he like purposefully left the thing for him to be able to find Jong Tae-il. But then there will be another question regarding how did he get the ID card back from Elim. I'm not sure about the different timelines though. Many people say there's different timelines. I would say there's actually only one timeline, but like it's still kind of confusing. One last thing I want to point out is that the date on the CCTV from the future that Egon sees is actually the same day as Taeul's birthday. Okay guys, and that's all I have for you today. Please tune in for The King Eternal Monarch every Friday and Saturday. See you later.